was the initial sort of spark, I guess. It was like an article I saw online where you link to an instant message. I don't even know if I've ever told you this. Did I say it? Okay. You could have an instant message with an artificial intelligence, and you could send a message, say, oh, hey, you know. So I went to this. I linked to it. It was like, it might have been called Alice Bot or one of those like 10 years ago. And I said hello, and hello, and it's like, how are you? And like, good. How are you? Oh, I'm not so good. A little tired. It's like, oh, that's too bad. And I was like, had like a little exchange. I was like, kind of like, I had this buzz of, wow, I'm talking to this thing. This thing is listening to me. And then quickly it sort of devolved into like, you could tell it was just sort of parroting things that it heard before, and it wasn't intelligent, but it was a clever program. But then I sort of like, I didn't really think about it for a long time, and then eventually I thought about the idea of a man having a relationship with an entity like that, a really fully formed consciousness, and thought about the idea of what would happen if you really had a real relationship, and use that as a way to write a relationship movie and love story. The architects that did Lincoln Center and did the Highline, Liz and Rick, and they, and this is when I was writing the script, so I was still trying to figure out what it was, and I just got the opportunity to meet them and go to their office and talk to them, and Liz had gone to film school. She was before she became an architect, so she was very interesting to talk to because she came from architect but also storytelling, and I remember asking her about like what the future could look like, and she asked a really simple question, which was, well, is it a utopian future or a dystopian future? And I started sort of saying, what I was imagining. Like, I had this sort of idea of like the colors from Jamba Juice, and she's like, okay, and then she started giving ideas and talking about stuff, and then it was really that sort of basic question that she asked that gave like sort of made it concrete in a way, like, okay, this is what I'm doing. I'm making sort of utopian future that even in this world, there's, I guess to feel lonely in that setting is kind of even worse, because it's like a world where you should be getting everything you need, seemingly.